Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast, Season 3, Episode 19, A Curious Thing. In this episode, Henry regains his memory, but is threatened by Zelena. Meanwhile, Snow and Charming learn from Glinda that only Emma's light magic can defeat the Wicked Witch. I'm your host, Martha Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate
and
Rob Southgate. Not a flying monkey.
We got a lot of answers in this one.
We got a lot of answers. We got a lot of things happening in this one.
A lot of action.
Oh, yeah.
This was a packed episode.
This was a past episode.
There's still 3 more episodes after this. I can't even believe it.
We're almost done.
Holy
We're almost caught up.
moly. All right. So where do you want to start with this one?
Enchanted Forest.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
So this is during the Enchanted Forest during the missing year.
Yeah.
It's we got to be clear about that because in the past we've had flashbacks that go further back. We've had other times.
This one was all just in the last year.
Yeah, we're starting to see what happened. It's actually the story of what happened with the curse.
Yeah.
Is really
Yes.
what we're seeing.
So Belle comes to Snow's castle to tell them that Neil's dead, or ish,
Right.
and Rumple absorbed him,
Right.
and that Zelena now controls the dagger.
Right.
And Aurora and Philip are there, and they admit that Zelena has had control over them and wants Snow White's baby.
Right. So now we know why they were acting so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that she was doing something to him, but now we know exactly what it was.
So what did Zelena do after Aurora told them that? Zelena came to the castle, and what did she do?
Selena came and she added in some little puffs of smoke, some magic to it. Some more.
Your question again. So what did Selena?
Zelena comes to the castle, and what does she do to Aurora and Philip?
She turns them into flying monkeys.
Yeah.
And she says to Snow White that she'll be back
So
as soon as she gives birth.
this actually gave me an answer because I said this in another episode. I wasn't sure if there was one flying monkey or if she really was turning people into flying monkeys. Because remember when we said,
there was like a whole flying monkey army.
right. But we were saying that there were flying monkeys or they were saying they thought people were getting turned into flying monkeys. And I wasn't sure if it was the monkey disguising themselves as other people. But now we know she was turning them into flying monkeys.
Yeah.
So when they were killing flying monkeys, because they've killed a few now, or we saw them, get whatever and then
Pulverized.
blow up.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if they were dying, but I think they're dying.
I have no idea.
Did somebody just kill Aurora and Philip?
Could be.
I mean, are they just gone?
I don't know. We're not going to
Wow.
know
And they
until...
were pregnant.
It is a way to take care of
Yeah, and she
characters that
was
you
pregnant.
haven't seen in a while.
We're not going to know until Zelena's defeated and they come back to life and we see who's left behind.
Right.
Who's still there.
Because they could easily say, like, oh, Pinocchio's not here because he was turned into a flying monkey and he's been obliterated.
Right.
Aurora, Philip, Mulan even, for all we know.
Yeah. I'm not sure Mulan, because she was in the band. The Merry Men.
Right.
Yeah, but the Merry Men were getting picked off.
Right. And she wasn't here. We didn't see her with the Merry Men, did we?
Probably Mulan was there in
Yeah. So
obliterated.
that's all we know. Okay.
I mean, turned into a flying monkey, not obliterated.
Right.
So in the same scene, Grumpy comes to the castle and he tells them that he has everybody, Tinkerbell, all these people scouring the land,
Right.
and they cannot find anything to defeat Zelena.
Right.
He's calling all the fairies.
Right.
Yeah.
The Blue Fairy, Tank.
And Regina doesn't want Robin Hood to go along with them
Right.
on their journey, and luckily Snow doesn't agree.
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, he's going. We don't agree with you, and we're going
Right.
to let him come."
Yeah.
So it turns out though that Regina was wrong and should have had Robin Hood there because he saved her from that cursed door.
From the cursed door. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And what does she do? She just yells at him.
Oh yeah, she was not grateful.
I mean, he shoots the door so that
and
she
he
doesn't
says-
get burned.
Yeah, and she yells at him, and he says, "In my land, in where I come from, I would ask for a simple thank you."
yes.
Right.
And then she said, "Where you come from, people bathe in lakes and use pine cones for money."
Right.
And they find Rumple.
She's so mean to him.
She's hysterical. So they go in through that door, and they find Rumpelstiltskin spinning in a cage, and he's using a spinning wheel.
Right.
And he
and
says,
he's nuts too.
Rumple-Bumple isn't here. Rumple-Bumple's gone, my dear. And he's just chanting rhymes.
Yeah, and this is what we saw before because he's got Bay inside of it.
Oh.
Woo!
Is Bay making it so he...
It's making him
So
crazy.
he just can't think.
Right.
He's hearing too many voices. Belle goes up and tries to talk to him, and she tells him that they need him to tell them how to stop Zelena.
Right.
And he tells them that Light can stop her, that they need Glinda.
Right.
And
He's saying light magic.
yeah, the
Right.
light.
But then he tells her where...
Through the door, step inside. If pure of heart, she won't hide.
Right.
And so they did. They went to the door, and it was just like in Wonderland.
Yeah. And
Right, the door was just standing out in the forest.
And it was hysterical. Regina's saying door with sheep's cloaking spell. She's like, portal with sheep cloaking spell.
Right.
Oh,
She's walking through it, and she stands on the other side.
it
Right.
didn't work for her.
Well,
did
yeah,
it?
because Snow and Charming went right through it. They disappeared when they went through the door, but Regina walked through the door, and she didn't get to
she
go
was
through.
right on the other side.
And then when they met Glenda...
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
You can't forget this one. We laughed so hard we had to keep pausing and rewinding because we were trying to write it all down. But Regina said she walks up and Snow and David are exchanging. He's giving her a little flower.
Yeah, he gives her
And
a little
she
flower and he
says-
says, "This is for good luck."
She says, Regina goes up and says, "We're at the edge of the dark forest trying to find the one person who can stop our imminent doom and save your unborn child, and you two stop to smell the roses." And Snow says, "Oh, snowbells."
Snowbell.
And she says,
That's what she's worrying about.
and then Regina says, "I don't care if they're dancing daffodils,"
Right.
So that scene just cracked
Yeah,
me
that was
up,
a funny
but
one. We had to rewind that a couple times. Well, so they come up and there's
They're
Glenda.
in that beautiful snowy, it looked
Right.
like Narnia.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought too. And they're going, "This is the Good Witch of the South." Yeah, but she was banished to the north.
Mm-hmm.
So she's in there in the snow, and she
I don't
says
know why
right away.
she was banished.
Well,
We haven't found out.
right, but I'm sure it had
Oh,
something to do
maybe-
with Zelena.
Oh, of course it did.
Oh, of course it.
But I thought it was funny when Snow's like, "Well, why didn't Regina come through?" And she's like, "Look, she doesn't exactly have pure intentions." But yeah, she says, well, she has evil in her heart. She wants revenge. She doesn't have a pure heart, so she couldn't come through.
Regina.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like, only good witches can come through. So, sorry,
And
Regina.
Snow's like, I'm not a witch. And she's like, I'm Snow. I know who you are.
Yeah, right. Of course.
And Zelena and Glinda were friends before, but they had a falling out, and she doesn't explain what that was, but she tells them that all of Zelena's magic is in her pendant.
Yes.
What's a
And
pendant?
her necklace.
It's that necklace. Remember, you pointed out that
Oh.
Glenda had a white version of it, the same
she
thing
had a
Zelena
blue,
has.
like an ice.
And
Oh, okay.
Zelena's is green.
Yes.
And only the purveyor of the purest light magic could accomplish the act of getting it off of her.
Right.
And they know it's Emma.
So
Yeah.
if she's the South and the Wicked Witch of the West, there is still an East and a North, right?
Unless Regina's one of them.
No, Regina's not, though. Because she's not in Oz. This is
Mhm.
Oz.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder where those two witches are.
So we realize at this point
Two
it's
of
looking,
them are good, two of them are evil.
Do we know that for sure?
Yeah, I read the book.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got 99 problems, and those witches ain't one. Yes.
At this point, it's looking like Snow enacted the dark curse,
Yes. Well, yeah. Okay.
or is going to.
Well, that's what it is, because Regina's like, I can't do the curse.
Mhm.
I've already done it. I can't do it again, and you have to give up something you love. And then
That
Snow,
would be hammering.
Snow's like, I have to.
Mhm.
She's like, but you have to give up the thing you love the most, which is
David.
jelly donuts. Oh, yeah, David.
Oh, because her tummy.
Yes.
Jelly.
No, I didn't mean it for that, but that's
She's
funny.
having an affair with jelly
Haagen-Dazs. That's
donuts.
what Regina would
Yeah.
have said.
Man, really
So,
weird.
so she puts, so Snow puts David's heart into the cauldron,
Right.
Uh-huh.
and David collapses.
Right, and that enacts the curse.
And
So
I
that-
keep waiting for something to happen because I'm like, there's no
Well,
way
yeah,
they're
it's not
letting
making sense at this point.
because he's in Storybrooke.
Right,
so
we've
he's
seen him
survived.
the whole time.
And but Zelena comes And Regina said, no, you're too late. We've already enacted the curse. And
This
Zelena
was
said,
so tragic, too.
no,
Wait,
no,
I
I
want to
can
take a
put a
minute.
memory potion in.
I want to take a moment here because this was so tragic. Regina couldn't even look while it was happening. She was even emotional about it. Snow had to take David's heart out.
No, Regina.
Regina took the heart out and gave it to Snow. Right.
And then Snow had to crush it.
But them saying goodbye was so awful. And David says to her, look, you will remember me. The baby will know me because of what you tell it. We've always shared a heart. I'll live on because of you.
Oh, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl.
It's a boy or girl.
Tell the baby.
Okay.
Not what about the baby?
Yeah, what is it talking about? Oh, I mean Molly. You.
So she added the forgetting. So Zelena came and added the forgetting potion.
Right.
So that they would not remember how to defeat her. And she could walk around Storybrooke then undetected.
Right.
And
yeah, she's like, you won't remember me. You won't even know me when you meet me. That was pretty bad.
And then at that point, Snow White realizes she could save David if Regina splits her heart in half.
Right.
And I never saw that coming.
I didn't see that coming, and I also didn't know it was going to work.
I was worried that as soon as she started to pull it apart, it would disintegrate like it does when they crush them. But it just broke apart like a piece of candy or something.
Yeah.
Like it was
cool. It kind of twisted and came apart.
Yeah, and then she just shoved each half
I
in.
bet they got a cheap plastic thing and made the effects look
How dare you?
hurt like.
But I did love I love that sound.
Whenever they do the hard
out.
things, it's like slurp.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
And it sounded that way when she peeled it apart.
And then Zelena goes to Rumpelstiltskin, and she has created a potion that allows them to keep their memories. And she says, here, you should drink this because, we'll be the only ones in Storybrooke who remember this year.
Right.
And Bay comes out of him. Neil comes out of him.
Yeah, this was cool.
And he's staggering.
Just as Rumpel's about to take it, too.
And he's like, this goes to Emma, and he got a bird, and he took it to the bird and wrote a note, and then the bird.
So now we've seen exactly how that bird.
And he sent it to Killian Jones.
Yep.
Right. So we've seen it now.
And
you already said.
So there you go. So now we've got the backstory on the curse. Who cast it? How David is still alive? How they got around Zelena, and how they can defeat Zelena.
Right. And how the potion got to Killian.
Yeah. So now we just need to.
Well, and yeah. Because
now need Emma now to rip
in Storybrooke we get the rest of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Storybrooke, Robin Hood and Regina are hot and heavy these days.
You know what's funny? There was so much in this episode, I forgot that was this episode. I was thinking that was last episode, but this episode is where they start snooching.
How many snooches they do? You get 10 points from this show if you find out how many.
10 points from this show.
So Robin Hood
how many snoochy wooshies?
Is talking about her kissing, and she says, "Ooh, just wait till I have my heart back."
Yeah, right.
And,
when he says, "Do you even feel it?" And she's like, "Yeah, but it's hard to explain."
This was important because in the last episode we were just talking about that.
We were talking about
how
that.
does she still have feels when she doesn't have her heart? But she explains it here.
She does because she feels so much. She has such depth of feeling, is what Snow said. But here he actually asked her. So this was cool. It was very satisfying to get that answer.
She can feel, just not fully.
Right.
And Henry saw them together.
Yeah, he walks in, but of course
he doesn't know it's his mom.
He doesn't know his mom, so he didn't go like, "Oh, gross, Mom." He just goes, "Mrs. Mayor or Madam Mayor."
Yeah. So Regina goes into the room that Snow and David and Emma are in, and she's smiling. And Snow says, "If I didn't know better, I'd say you look smitten."
And can I say when Regina says it? And Regina said, "If I didn't know better, I'd say you're smitten with Hollencog."
Oh, for gosh sakes!
I'd say you're.
Can we start that over?
With ice cream. If I didn't know better, I'd say Haagen-Dazs is smitten with your stomach. She's so mean to everybody.
I know, but she's fun. I love her for that.
Yeah.
And she says, "I don't have time to wait for the handless wonder. We have to figure out how to defeat my sister."
Yeah.
Well,
and Hook was missing here, and I didn't know where Hook was.
Oh, Hook was in where?
He was in a trunk.
Yep.
Yeah, but did you guys know? I mean, I didn't remember anything about that. So when they were saying Hook's not here, I thought, Okay, are they just not having him in this scene, or what's the purpose?
No, he had been
He had been kidnapped.
So at this
In a
point,
trunk.
at this point, Snow thinks that during that year they figured out how to stop Zelena, and the only way she could stop them was to bring them to Storybrooke and
have
wipe their
curse.
memories.
Right.
So they're still thinking Snow has
They're
no
thinking
idea that
Zelena
she's
did
the
the
one
curse.
who did the curse.
Right.
But that was a brilliant theory.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
And she said we might already know how to stop her, and they do.
Funny because we said that as this was happening, we were all going, "Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Perfect." Of course, that's not how
Not
it played
exactly how it played out.
Uh-huh.
But Regina figured out that Henry needs to believe again in order for them
Yes.
to have the magic.
And she's right.
Emma has to be able to kiss him.
Right. Emma has to kiss him, true love's kiss.
But Henry has to remember.
He has to remember first, yes.
And then here's where Rumpel drives up to Zelena in the big caddy.
Yeah.
And Hook's in the trunk, and she tells Hook that she'll kill Henry if Hook doesn't take away Emma's magic.
Yeah, and Hook keeps...
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know what to do. He's in a very bad
Yeah, he's in a bad place, and not just the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a bad place.
You bet it is.
So Snow White tells them how they got the book the first time. So they go to look in her closet, but on their way, Emma has to tell Henry, I have to go check out a track down, a clue or something. And,
right, she's like, this is the case I'm working on.
I have a lead or something.
Yeah.
And Henry
I have to go check out a lead.
Oh, Henry is mad. He insists on knowing the truth, and Emma just tells him off.
Oh,
she just yells
We've
at him.
never seen her do this.
And he says, well,
Never.
then I need your keys. I left mine in the room, and if I'm going to be a prisoner, I'd at least like my Game Boy.
Right, which we've seen him playing the whole time.
But we also know that he's
smarter than that.
Yeah, and he doesn't take no for an answer. So
right.
I figured he was not going to do anything good here.
Mm-hmm.
But he sneaks out the back, and Hook catches him just as he's about to take Emma's car.
So he's had one driving lesson, and he's
Hook
about to
said that.
steal a car.
Yeah, Hook said that.
Yeah. Well, Hook was funny because he's like, what, you've had one driving lesson? You think you can drive to New York? And Henry, of course being smart, says, I'm not going to New York.
I'm going to the nearest bus stop.
Right.
Which is
so
actually,
it's smart, but...
Actually, he could just walk to it because it's like right in front of
No, a bus station is different than a bus stop.
Right.
He's going to the bus terminal.
Right. He's getting
where all the buses drive out of.
Right.
So it would be a big one. Maybe it was in Boston.
The town over
or it could
something.
Be in any number of places.
But he's getting out of Storybrooke.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sure he's going to run over a mailbox and Granny on the way out.
Could be in Portland, Maine.
Could be. Depends on where in Maine this is.
Yeah.
Do we know? Is it by Wayne, Maine?
I love Wayne.
See?
I don't remember what Wayne.
That's where Tubby's is.
Tubby's
I
ice
love
cream.
Wayne, Maine.
Shout out to Tubby's.
Woo!
So
That
Emma
really was a shout.
checked a chest that Snow had in her closet,
Right.
and didn't see anything. It was empty.
Right. This is when they're looking for the book.
So then Snow checks, and there's the book.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you why Emma didn't find the book.
Yeah.
Because
it's obvious.
Yeah, because she didn't want to. She didn't believe right here because she really wanted to let Henry go back to New York.
Well, she says, I'm talking about wicked witches and time-traveling holy wars. And she said, I've forgotten what it was like here, and I don't want this for Henry.
Right.
And at that point, Snow realizes that Emma was relieved that they couldn't find the book,
Right.
and she doesn't want Henry to get his memories back.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's very disconcerting.
What I'm
Snow.
saying here is not that because it could be interpreted a different way, that it was there, but she just didn't want to see it. But no, the magic didn't happen because she just didn't want
Couldn't
to
she
believe.
just blip it over to him?
Flip it over to who?
Blip it.
Oh, blip it like she does when she moved the hot chocolate?
Yes.
I don't know.
I want her to.
You want her to blip some hot chocolate to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Without cinnamon, Emma. Marshmallows.
So they have the book now, but
And
they
whipped
can't
cream.
find they cannot find Henry.
Okay.
And so Regina says, "Oh, give me something of his, and I'll enact the curse that the little potion that lets us find him."
I'll do a tracker potion or whatever.
And Emma says, "Yeah, I have a GPS on his phone."
Right.
And he's at the docks,
I love that she goes to technology. Regina, magic.
Always goes to magic.
Yeah.
And it's snowing there. I thought that was pretty. But anyway, Hook wants Smee to sail Henry to New York.
Yeah. This was funny when Hook introduces Henry to Smee, and he's like, this is Smee. And he goes, oh, like the guy in Peter Pan.
Right.
Smee's like, what? You remember?
He's like, of course I do. I've seen the movie a million times.
But
Right.
he doesn't recognize that Hook is standing in front of him.
Right.
Even though he's
Well, because he hasn't
got
said his name
the
is
Hook.
Hook. Right,
No,
right.
No,
You
he
think he'd
disguises
be like,
with the hand.
He's dressed like a pirate and he's got a hook on.
Yeah, but
and he's
no,
with
he
Smee.
disguises. No, he disguises it with the
Oh,
hand.
does he? When Henry's around?
With the.
Did he?
Why doesn't he put a glove on the other hand? It looks
Yeah,
like
so it would
he's,
match.
He's Michael Jackson at the one glove.
with the one glove.
There you go. So a flying monkey comes,
Yes.
and they're trying to get into the.
Well, and Henry's like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, I mean, really.
I
this
mean,
poor
really,
kid.
because he
And-
doesn't know at all. It becomes a flying
And then
monkey.
there were lots of flying monkeys.
Wow.
And they're being attacked
This
by
is
them.
why I was saying, do you think, like, Aurora and Philip just got obliterated
Right.
in there?
And Hook only has a couple of bullets because he's using an antiquated gun. I mean,
Yes.
seriously, it holds like 3 bullets.
Right.
So he
What's an
shoots
antiquated?
old, antique.
Antique.
And Emma comes in and saves them, and then Regina shoots some of them with her magic
I
fireballs.
love it. What is it with the fireballs?
Oh,
Everybody-
wouldn't you?
Right.
Oh my gosh, if I had fireball
Oh.
power, I'd be burning everything. I'd be like, oh yeah, let's
Would
throw
you
a
burn
fireball.
Dad?
No, not on purpose, but
Would
I,
you?
No, she probably would,
I would
though, but not
probably
on
burn him
purpose.
50 times, but on accident.
And-
Oh yeah.
I'd make my dinner, I'd just be like, bam, and there's the fire in my...
Just like Emerald?
Yeah, except
Bam!
with real fireballs.
Bam!
Yeah, I know what I would do.
What?
We would play fireball ball.
So you'd have to
It
catch
would
it?
hurt.
We
How
would
about a
both-
fireball,
we would-
Scarecrow?
No, we would both have that
Asbestos
magic
gloves?
protection,
Okay.
so we could throw.
Mom would
Well-
still miss and hit me.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have to say,
I'd still miss it.
let me tell this line.
Okay.
So Henry says, what were those things? And why do you have a sword?
Um,
To David.
Right when David showed up.
Because David's sitting there, Regina's got fireballs, David's got this huge sword, and he's like, what is going on around here?
And monkeys, flying monkeys.
So Emma needs him to believe, and he
and William
touches
Smee.
Yeah.
the book, and he remembers.
Just like when Emma did that.
But then Zelina took Henry.
Yes.
And Emma used her magic and stopped Zelina. She was able to get Zelina to let go.
Yes.
That was the first time any magic has worked on Zelina.
Right.
And Regina
Yeah.
is
Everything,
unconscious.
like glowed white when she did
I
it,
thought
too.
she was melting.
Because it's purest lightning.
Right.
I thought she was melting.
Now, why haven't they thrown water on her? Where's Grumpy? He's the one that said that.
Well, they said one has water, one has something. Like
one
they
you
each
throw
have-
a pail of water on, one.
Or when you drop a house.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the house.
No, the Wicked Witch of the West is the water kind.
So Regina wakes up, and Henry goes, I cried. Henry goes to her, and he says, Mom, and he hugs her, and
Yes.
she says, I will never let you go away again. I hope she's going to let him go to college.
Yeah.
But she says, I'll never let you go away again. And then she kissed his forehead, and Regina broke the curse.
It was
not
True
Emma.
Love's curse.
And
Curse?
True Love's kiss.
Oh, you just set off a
And
huge
they
curse all over
remember
the universe.
at that point, they
That
remember
rhymes.
Zelina's weakness.
Yes.
And Emma is the only one who can defeat Zelina.
Yes.
And then, so this was a cute scene when Henry and Regina were catching up, and he's telling her all about New York.
He's
And
like, the most things he said was, pizza's great,
bagels
school's
are
fun.
great. Yeah. The New
yeah,
York
saw the
baseball.
Yankees. Yeah.
So he demands to know who the guy is.
Right.
And she says Robin. And she's like, Robin Hood. And he's like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Robin Hood walks in. He's like, cool.
Well, and then she and Robin Hood remember that year. And they're looking at each other, and Robin Hood goes, we didn't get along so well. And she says, yeah, I like you so, you're so much more likable in Storybrooke. She hated him in there. So I thought that was fantastic.
really funny.
And then Hook admits to Emma about what Zelina did.
Yeah.
But now nobody trusts him.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And they're saying, why were you trying to find Emma? He's like, I wasn't. Somebody put the potion there.
Right. And they're still not believing it.
But see, I thought he knew because Neil said that he was the one who did it a long time ago.
I don't
Right.
think he did.
But no, Neil did say that, but I don't know. That was either a mistake or Hook forgot. I mean, it was very confusing when all that was going on. Plus, he hasn't seen. Did he see Neil? Oh, he did see Neil because Neil told him that.
Neil told him. So I don't know why he's not saying Neil did it because that would, maybe he doesn't want her. Oh, well, Neil's dead. I mean, he's not like he should be a threat anymore.
Something a little confusing right
there. So
Emma
and Henry and Snow and David go to visit Neil's grave.
Yes.
But Snow and David kind of are in the background. Mm-hmm. And then Snow goes into labor.
Oh.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah.
So now we've desperately got to get to the next episode.
That's not going to be 3 episodes from now for that baby to go.
No.
Not unless it's you with the 36 hours of labor.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Molly.
36 hours?
That's right.
Yeah. And then it popped?
No, you didn't pop. They had to cut you out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Because I put my hand on my forehead.
Yep.
Now I have a mark. We call it the Harry Potter.
Right.
Yeah, it's your Harry Potter. It gets bright when you go out in the sun or if you're really tired.
Yep.
Or upset about something.
Just
like
right
Harry
now.
Potter. Oh my gosh, it's burning up, Molly. Look at that. Your
Yeah.
lightning. Molly's looks like the lightning bolt.
Nope. No points to Gryffindor. Sorry.
What?
So we need to go because we have to go watch this next episode.
Yes.
So I know what happens.
We got to see the baby born. Boy or girl? What do you guys think?
Boy.
Probably boy, but
I'm thinking boy.
I don't know.
I'm thinking boy.
Okay.
But it could be a girl.
Of course it could. 50-50.
50.
But
I don't say 50.
Leopold or Vespa? What's
Ava.
Ava. Yep.
All right. Wrap it up.
That's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts, including Cuckoo for Who, our Doctor Who podcast that we do as a family, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Plus all of our social media links at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
Please find us on iTunes and Stitcher. On Stitcher, you can give us a thumbs up. On iTunes, or a thumbs down if you hate us.
I don't think they hate us, Dad.
Yeah, just stop listening if you don't like us. iTunes, you can give us ratings and reviews, so they can take anywhere from 1 to 5 stars, or a nice written review is always appreciated. And that also helps other people find us when you do that. So please rate us and review us. That's it. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.